Hi folks, and welcome to Schick Happens. In today's episode, it's kind of like a vlog, I guess. I just want to discuss some of my winter projects. Kind of limited to what I can do outside in the winter months, although it's been unseasonably warm here. The cold weather is going to hit. As a matter of fact, probably by the time this airs, it'll be in the 20s, 6 inches of snow on the ground. So in today's episode, I want to talk about some of the things that I do over the months of January and February until the weather breaks. Now, I do understand that there's probably a lot of subscribers here that don't experience any kind of winters. And that's fine. I guess maybe this video is geared more towards the northern folks. I don't know how bad the winters get, if any of you are in Florida or just anywhere down south. But I would imagine there's probably still things you guys do over the winter months just to kill the time till the weather shapes up a little bit more. But I'm not going to tag anybody in this video, but it would be interesting to see in the comments below what you guys do. If you have any projects that you keep yourself busy with through the months of January and February, maybe even to March, or if you just keep rolling with it like you do month after month. Now, I do know one of the big projects that I always take care of in the winter months is getting this barn cleaned up. This pole barn that I'm in, that I shoot most of my videos, is 60 by 60. It's 60 feet, it's 40 feet wide inside, and then there's a 20-foot lean-to. That's where the chickens are. And this is where the wife and I spend most of our time, out in the barn. But it needs to get organized, it needs to get cleaned for sure, and I always save that for the winter months. So when I go into spring, this place is whipped into shape. It doesn't look incredibly bad behind me, but there's a lot of things out of place, and it just needs some tender loving care is what it needs. But I'll get to it. The wood shop here is going to need a cleaning. I do this about 3 times a year, and actually what I was going to do this weekend was go through and get this all cleaned up. But the problem is January and February is my wood shop time. I spend a lot of time in this wood shop in the winter months working on projects. I have several and I need to complete for a couple friends. So I'm not quite going to start cleaning this just yet. As soon as I get these 2-3 projects done, probably towards the end of February, beginning of March is when I'll give this a thorough cleaning. Because I know March, April, and May, I probably won't spend hardly any time in here at all. I'll be outside doing things. But one of the things I do need to get in here this winter is a dust collection system. It's just imperative that I get it. It's extremely important that it be installed in here, and that's going to be one of my projects, I think, towards the end of February. Maybe sooner, before I get going on these projects. But the sawdust down in here is just, it's bad. I'm underneath the table saw right now. I'd say right there's about a foot. Yeah, I definitely need to do some cleaning in here. Another winter project that I'll work on in the barn here is servicing both the four-wheelers with filters, oil change. Just give them a once-over. I try to do that at least once a year, right around the February-March time frame. So taking care of these will be on the list as well as a winter project. I see the Schickster got his quad back. Maybe one day when he's not around, he's out doing whatever, maybe I'll spray paint that orange and put a couple Kubota decals on it. Maybe it'll give it a little more power. Behind me here is my asparagus beds. And usually the end of February, beginning of March, I'll get all these cut right down to the base of the bed and put a layer of salt on both these asparagus beds. It's just a trick that a farmer told me 30 years ago. Real late winter, trim them down, put a layer of salt, not a thick layer, but put a good layer of salt on top. You can still see some of the dirt. It's not like you're putting an inch of salt on it. But that will prevent weed growth throughout the season. And asparagus is one of the few plants out there that salt doesn't affect it. So there's your tip for the day for you. Now, one of the other projects that I'll definitely be doing here in the month of January is getting my charbroil smoker out. I just recently put a video together on that, a review video. But here soon I will definitely be getting that out to do huge batches of bacon, ham, and then there's some deer roasts in the freezer that I want to smoke too. So I know in the month of January is a huge smoking month for me. Now, in between all these winter projects that I've been talking about, if it gets really cold and we get some decent ice, like 5-6 inches out back on my ponds, I'll definitely be doing some ice fishing. And then there's, just up the road here, there's another public lake. I don't know, it's around 40-50 acres that's got some really good crappie and bluegill fishing. So even though I got all these projects going on, I would like to squeeze in a little bit of ice fishing in January and February. Well, and there you have it. There's some of the things that's going to keep me busy over the winter months. What are some of the things that you guys do over the winter months, January and February? But anyway, thanks for joining me here today at Schick Happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.